Is this shirt too red? Hi everyone, it's Plant Mama Tatiana, and today I want to talk about 7 plants that are making me proud AF right now. As you know, I do focus a lot on the bad and the struggles of being a houseplant parent, but I would be remiss if I did not focus and highlight on all of the growth and beauty of some of my plants and give them a little shout out when they are just being amazing, perfect in every single way. So let's talk about my 7 plants that are just giving me life this summer. The first one is a little propagation, okay? There's gonna be a lot of propagations in this because those are the ones that make me so proud. But this is a string of turtles propagation. Do you see this? It is huge, and let me tell you why it's huge to me, because I started with just one leaf, one tiny itty bitty leaf, smaller than that. One of these in here, I don't even know which one it is. It was just one little leaf that had broken off of a string of turtles at a nursery. So I picked it up and I was like, do you think I could root this? Guess what? I did. So look at this. Isn't this awesome? So it's gotten so big, so long. I'm starting to get a nice turtley coloration on these leaves. I definitely know that it has a lot of growth and a lot of living to do, but I'm just so proud of it. It started as a little starburst of leaves after the one leaf took root, and then it just started to grow all of this here. I mean, the fact that it's now recognizable as a plant and not just a scrap of nothing is making me very, very proud. So first shout out is going to my string of turtles propagation. Ooh, ah. The next plant that I am so proud of right now is this Begonia Starry Night, or Begonia Moonlight. I don't remember. I always get this one confused, so I'm really not sure. But this one almost gave me a total meltdown heart attack a couple of months ago because it got scale and it destroyed this plant. There was nothing left on this plant except for this one, which you can't really see, but this is like a ratty, torn up, horrible, ugly, terrible leaf. That was all that was left on this plant, and I was really, really sad. I'm like looking at this and it looks weird. Okay, maybe is it back? No, okay. But yeah, it was just this horrible, torn up, sad looking leaf, and it just wilted. I treated it with neem oil after I saw the scale on this plant. And I'm scared of seeing it again. It looks okay. And the leaves just were going down. I saw that there was scale. I scraped it off. I sprayed it with neem oil and I made it worse. It just completely disintegrated after that. I think because I was scraping it and I damaged the stems a little bit. It did not love that neem oil. I think it really damaged it and it really, really, really upset the plant. And I was like, oh my gosh, I ruined this plant. I killed this plant. There's no hope for it. But of course I left it there. I just waited and waited and waited. And all of a sudden I was getting new leaves, even though it had one leaf. So I got these leaves, that's what they looked like when they were new. They looked like this, and now it has grown into beautiful big leaves. It's bigger than it was before. It made a total recovery. I put it in a slightly bigger pot after that, and it just looks so good. Look at this gorgeous leaf. It's like the size of my hand, the size of my itty bitty head. It's so amazing. I'm obsessed. Look at it. So it's still pushing out new growth and new leaves. I have 2 new ones there, a new one coming, I think, and I'm just really proud that this one made a recovery after the scale. I was really sad that I totally destroyed it and killed it because I really love this plant, but alas, it is doing well. It's gorgeous. I love it so much. So big shout out to this beautiful begonia. The next plant that is killing it right now is this Coleus, and it might not be a Coleus. Like, I thought I ID'd it as something else once and I lost this screenshot that I took, but the closest I can get is a Coleus. And if you remember when I was identifying plants blindfolded with just a touch, this was a tiny little leaf like this big, and I don't know what happened to this plant. All of a sudden it got massive. I didn't even give it a lot of light. I had it in a north facing window just against the window, and it grew like a foot. It got so big, and look at this vibrant, beautiful color. It's so pretty, this lime green yellow on the outside and this purple, red, green on the inside. It's so gorgeous. This again started as a propagation, just a little cutting from a plant in Florida. So I am really excited that it has done so well inside. I thought it would only grow well outside, but it is doing so well. It probably could use a little more variegation and color on the front, but otherwise I am happy. I'm so happy that it got this tall and this big. I'm trying to give you a side-by-side comparison. Like, yeah, it's massive and it's huge now. So, I love this plant. I hated this plant. You should have heard me. I was like, I don't want this plant. I think I'm gonna have to like give this plant away to someone. And now I'm obsessed with this plant because it's gotten so big and it's just growing like crazy. So never give up on your plans. They will bring you joy at some point. I know they will, or all the time. But if you're kind of sick of a plant, it might make a comeback in your life. So the next plant I want to talk about is my string of pearls propagation. So this is a little cutting that I got from Mina, and I have a video where I was unboxing it probably like a year ago now. It's been a while, and look, it looks so good. And the reason that I'm proud of it is because I got just a little cutting of it. I had it growing in this little can for a while, and then I left and did my self-watering systems, and it hated it and it did not like it, and it was just doing really badly. It dried out really badly and it was not doing well. And I thought honestly that this propagation was a goner. I only had a tiny little piece of it left, but I just looped it around in this pot, this terracotta pot, a few months ago now, and I just sat and sat and sat. It's right in my east facing window getting really nice morning light, and I let it dry out between waterings, but I also water it somewhat frequently, maybe once a week, because it's in a small pot here and it loves that. It seems to have liked getting a little more water than it was getting before, and it also loves that morning light. And I'm so happy because I see lots of new points of growth. It's starting to finally hang over this pot. I think it really helped putting in a pot that was a good size for the cutting and not too big so it didn't stay too damp, and I'm just really happy that it's starting to do well. It obviously isn't a beautiful big trailing hanging string of pearls, which is my dream, but I'm pretty happy with how it looks now for a little propagation. I'm gonna circle back on the begonia train. I can't believe I have 2 begonias in here. Just kidding, I can believe it because I love begonias. They're amazing. This is the next plant that I am super duper proud of right now. So first of all, this was also a propagation, and it was a small one. It was just a single leaf, okay? A single stem, I should say. I think it had like 2 leaves. And look how much it has grown. It has 3 individual stems now. I don't know how that happened. I don't know when that happened. It just happened. And it keeps pushing out new growth. So look at that. The leaves are gorgeous and red. It's like little butterfly wings. It's so pretty. It's speckled, it's polka dot, it's putting out gorgeous new leaves. It grows new leaves like every single week. It's awesome, and they are so vibrant and beautiful when they come out. I have this again right in my east facing window, and it loves that light. That's why it's stretching a little bit, but look at that. It's so pretty, and I'm really proud of it as a propagation. I think this is gonna get nice and big and just be a nice, beautiful full house plant someday. I mean, it already is a nice, beautiful full house plant, but I can get it to be bigger, I just know. So that is this plant. I love this begonia, it's so pretty. Awesome. I don't know what I want to end on. So I'm gonna show another succulent that I'm proud of, which I'm not like that into succulents just because I love the leafy plants more. But this Burrows Tail propagation is doing so well. This was also from Mina, just like the string of pearls. And it was pretty small and not doing that well before. I think it was actually like this big, this part here that you see a lot of the leaves lost. That was when I had it early on, and I dropped a lot of the leaves of this succulent when I was trying to pot it up and plant it. But look how big it has gotten. It loves being in my east facing window. It probably wants more light, honestly. I should put it outside, but I'm so scared that it'll lose leaves because it's so delicate and it's so windy outside, so I don't really want to. But look at that, it is growing so well. I kind of have it like hanging up right now, which is why it's growing in this weird shape, but I think it would be such a beautiful hanging plant. I want it to be thicker, honestly. I still have it in the recyclable plastic container that I originally grew it in, but it just likes it so much. I'm scared to move it. It's been doing really well, so I'm just leaving it as is in there, and then I put it in a little cover pot. But that is this little Burrows Tail. I think it is so precious. Another successful propagation. And the last plant that I am so proud of right now, I mean, I'm proud of all of them, and I actually needed to tone down how many plants I was gonna show because if not, I'd be showing you 100 plants. But this is the Monstera deliciosa. So can you tell which leaf is the new leaf? Like, okay, here's the old, outdated, rundown, crappy looking leaf. And it had not grown a leaf for me for ever actually. Never ever had it grown a leaf. So I finally got a new leaf on this plant. It's right here. It's so big. It's hiding my head. You can't even see me. But look at that. It's so pretty. It just unfurled maybe a week ago. And look, there's like the little hole in the leaf that's still attached. So it's finally starting to do a little bit of splitting for me. It's so pretty. I'm like whispering now because I'm scared to break it. It's so pretty and perfect. But you can see the other leaves are like a little drab, a little older, a little outdated, but this still has like that fresh light green look of a new leaf. It's still glossy and shiny. It's so pretty. I love it. I love this leaf. It's perfect. It's wonderful. It's pretty. It's soft. It's smooth. Anyway, so it's really gorgeous and I'm hoping that it will continue to push out new growth. I don't think I've been giving this Monstera nearly enough light. I just don't have that much room for it, and I think it's just taken some time to acclimate to my apartment. I've been putting it in a north-facing window, so it kind of, and it grew. I mean, it grew a new leaf there. It just took some time, so it does like that indirect light, and it's a little more delicate than some of my other plants, so I just haven't want to burn it or anything like that. But I'm just really happy that it finally pushed out a new growth. I'm so happy. So, oh look, here's the whole thing. I haven't shown you the whole thing. So it's like this, and it's got this going on. I mean, it's big. It looks bigger on screen than it does in person, honestly, but it does look kind of big compared to everything else I've shown. As you can tell, I am just loving a lot of my plants right now. Let me know which plant update was your favorite and which one you are as impressed with as I am. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I post every Tuesday on Plant Mama Tatiana Tuesday. I will catch you in the next video. Bye!